I want to talk about the Travis Hamonic trade today because it's the trade that keeps on giving. Hit that subscribe button, do not miss a video. Also, go to Twitter, follow @TLOMitch, or maybe not go to Twitter. I don't know what's going to happen there, so I don't have another social media platform but this one, so just hit the subscribe button, I suppose. Before we get into why this trade keeps on winning for the Islanders, first let's just talk about the trade, the circumstances that led up to the trade, and then the trade itself, just in case you might not remember anything about it. Going back to 2015-16, it's revealed that Travis Hamonic had asked the Islanders for a trade. He wanted to go back home to Western Canada. And to the Islanders' credit, they tried to facilitate that. They tried to make the move. But as you can imagine, they weren't really getting fair value for it. Everyone and their mother knew that Travis Hamonic wanted a trade now, and so the Islanders are at a disadvantage in the trade market. A year later, the trade request is rescinded. And I'm sure Travis Hamonic wanted to stay. He liked being on the island. But he also wanted to leave, and this would allow him to do so. It would take away that disadvantage the Islanders had in the trade market and would allow them to seek fair value for the player. And sure enough, in 2017, in June of 2017, the Islanders and Calgary Flames make a trade. So if you don't remember what went where or who got what in the Travis Hamonic trade, let's break it down here. Let's pop it on the screen and break it down step by step here. So the Calgary Flames received Travis Hamonic and a 2019 fourth round pick that was conditional. The condition, apparently, is if Calgary sends the Islanders a 2019 second round pick, the Flames receive the fourth round pick in 2019. If the Flames send a second round pick in 2020, the Flames get a fourth round pick in 2020. So you'll see why that condition is there in a second here, where the Islanders received a 2018 first round pick, no conditions, no lottery protection. A 2018 second round pick, again, no conditions. A 2019 second round pick that this time is conditional. It could have been either 2019 or 2020 based off of how the Calgary Flames ended the 2018 season. If they made the playoffs, the Islanders would get a 2020 second round pick. If they missed it, they would get a 2019 second round pick. The Islanders start winning this trade almost immediately. Sure, yeah, they take an initial L because, well, you lose Travis Hamonic and you don't have to do that. He's a top four defenseman, plays a hard physical style that is endearing to both the team and the fans, but you receive fair compensation with the picks. And that's where the Islanders start winning almost immediately because the Calgary Flames aren't as good as they thought they would be in 2017-18. They suck as bad as the Islanders did. And so that first round selection isn't like 25th plus overall, it's 12th overall. So the Islanders went from drafting a guy who could make the NHL to a guy that should have an impact at the NHL. Noah Dobson is that guy now. And so the Islanders have been winning that trade as Travis Hamonic hasn't necessarily been performing well since he left the Islanders. And then you're seeing the emergence of Noah Dobson winning Memorial Cup after Memorial Cup and then growing into a full-time NHLer to becoming a top pair defender and a 50-point player, something the Islanders haven't seen in a very long time. That's win-win-win. And then on top of that, you're seeing these other guys, Russenshikov and Samuel Bolduc. Russenshikov has been growing and developing every single step of the way, from Yukon to TPS to Adler and now in Bridgeport. He's the top player for the Bridgeport Islanders in terms of production, and he's a top player in the AHL because of production. He's leading the AHL in scoring. And this was just an afterthought in the trade. This is an extra. Samuel Bolduc took a big step back last year, but has taken a massive step forward this year so far. He is now challenging Robin Salo for that number 6 role. He really is. He's not going to get it for a little bit just because of how the depth chart was established at the beginning of the year, but he is quickly challenging for that spot. And if a spot opens up on the Islanders roster right now on the blue line, you have to imagine Samuel Bolduc is the first name called up without question. And that's why the Islanders keep on winning this trade. They've won it every step along the way, and you still got guys like Russenshikov and Samuel Bolduc who seem poised to take the next step and hit the NHL. So we haven't even seen their ceiling yet in terms of the value they're adding to the franchise. This trade keeps on winning for the Islanders. So good job Gar Snow making the trade, and his scouts, I guess, for making the selections. Just wins all around. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And if you are just about to do it, thank you, thank you, thank you.